Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work. We're trying this out, trying out something new currently. Um, I have my webcam kind of pointed down towards the world, so we're gonna see how this works. Should be good. Hopefully, people can hear me. I think my mic is should be good. It's pretty dang close to my mouth. What up, class? I get the one. So I mean, we're gonna. Okay, you can hear me. If I turn my head like this, can you hear me? All right. I mean, I'm trying to project, but can you hear me? All right. ASMR opening. Okay, cool. Um, I had to go run and grab some shit because I didn't realize the printer that I got for free at work. I had no fucking paper. Like I haven't. Is a little loud. Okay, good. Then that means I can chill a little bit. I don't have to speak as badly. So yeah, I don't really have like music that I can put this to, but that's fine. I should realistically, I should tilt my tape because I'm turning my head fucking left constantly to read chat, but whatever. So, this is, as I was talking about yesterday, trying to focus. This webcam is horrible. It's like, I don't know, fucking 10 years old at this point. I need to get a new camera. But this is Alone Against Fear. So, as you can see, it's a whole bunch of words, and there's some pictures every now and then. Ooh, that one was scary. Got to watch out for that. And then at the end, you have your character sheets and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Various little game overview. So this is what the actual world map or the town map looks like. But like I just drew one instead because like I guess I want to make it a little bit easier for myself. So before we do that, I'm gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. I want to go grab some paper clips because I want to kind of keep. I was doing the last few with like just a piece of paper, right? So like my last adventure that I went through, I literally just wrote everything down on a piece of paper. So I kind of want to keep it as like a little journal. And I mean, like you don't have to, like you don't really have to do anything in life, honestly. But this is just my own little thing. As you can see, this adventure went 1, 2 events, and that was it. And then I died, so that was pretty cool. But like I said, I wanted to just kind of keep this stuff going. I might end up like writing this stuff down afterwards on like Tumblr or something. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. It depends on what it is. But so we'll have our fear here. Generally, you only have a few different dice that you roll. So we'll put the dice up there. I don't think you guys can really see anything else, but I made myself a little legend. So S for searched, H for safe house, and then B for bullshit. I don't know what the bullshit is. That's not actually part of the game. I just made that. But we have ourselves a character sheet. So I was thinking we'll build a little character real quick, and we'll reference the guide because I've built a few at this point, but I'm still learning because I mean this is only like the third game I've played. But yeah, also I don't know if you can see it says here injuries and insanities. It's like autofocus. It's focusing in and out. Let me see if I can turn that off. Okay, let's see if I can autofocus away. Okay. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this says injuries and insanities. This is a very old sheet. I think this is like 3 years old because the current one is. I think they got rid of the. They tried to get away from the term insanity, which I understand. I think now it is mental scars and physical scars. I think so. We'll get into it. Yeah, now it's mental scars and injuries and instead of injuries and insanities. So that's kind of a I don't know. I don't know if that's like how they want to they want to get away from the insane word, which is understandable. Maybe that didn't help. If I autofocus and then low light compensation, yeah. So I need to get I don't know, like a ring light or something up here because like you can see the shadow currently. But that's kind of why we're not doing too well is because I'm using my actual like office light and it's way above and it's also kind of dim. So we're gonna. I mean, unfortunately, you're gonna see what we can. I might actually. What I could do. Let's see if I can do this. What if I move this down a bit more? Yeah, that looks a little bit better. That's a little bit better. You can at least see, like, name and XP and all that stuff, so that's not too bad. And I'll move it here so maybe it doesn't mess with the... I don't know. We're like I said, we're trying this out. This is our first ever try of this, so I'll eventually get this set up a little bit better. I'll probably just go order a ring light because I think that will solve the majority of the issues. I'll eventually want to upgrade this camera because I mean, I don't. Like I said, I've had this camera since I started YouTubing. What, almost 10 years ago? So anyway, let us build a character. So as you can see, Alone Against Fear. There you go. Now you can see it a little bit better. By Andreas Civiligoy. I'm assuming it's an Italian name. I think so. So, we have a whole bunch of fun stuff here, which we're not going to worry about yet. We're going to start right with our character, and then I'll talk about mechanics as I play. So, our character begins with 2 statistics, sanity and life. Life and sanity are set at 8 each, and then you have 3 additional points to distribute the stats as you see fit. As it focuses fit. Sure. So we're going to start with, let's do with, I don't know, how about 10 life and 9 sanity? Yeah, I think that'll be fine enough. So, we have a few different things that we do. So, here we'll go back to this. Famous last word, seriously. So, our 2 skills of our choice, and we can't pick arcane skills. So, we'll go here. So, we have a whole bunch of different skills that we can play with. So, here we have Agile, and it will add 1 to my defense rolls. We have Charisma, which will add 1 to our Charisma rolls. Danger Sense, some monsters have a chance to take you by surprise, as expressed as a number. If you have Danger Sense, you reduce this chance by 1. Dogs, you have +1 to defense rolls. Faith, you may attempt to turn vampires with a holy symbol. Fighter, 1 to attack rolls, etc., etc. And like they said, there are arcane skills that we can get later on. The problem is agility and danger sense already. Okay. The problem is you learn those later on through the game. You can't get those when you start. But I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things. There's investigator, resistant to hunger, strong grip on reality, because yes, there is hunger. There's occult, zombie hunter. Vampire hunter, if we want to specifically go for vampires or zombies or whatnot. But yeah, all right, fuck it, let's do it. We'll do agility and danger sense. So our 2 skills. Let me put a dice here as a bookmark. Our 2 skills are agility, which I don't know how well you can see that, but that's more for me than anything else. Add 1 to your defense rolls and rolls performed to climb, jump, or avoid danger. The bonus to defense roll does not stack with the bonus from the dog skill. Use one or the other, see? +1 to def. and agile stuff. Easy enough, I guess. Sure. My handwriting's horrible, so don't worry about it. And then danger sense, we will do donger sensi. And then this is, if you have danger sense, you reduce the chance by 1. For example, a monster with 3 in 6 chance will have only a 2 in 6 chance of surprising you. A monster with a 1 in 6 chance have no chance of surprising you. Reduce surprise rolls by 1. All right, there you go. So we got that. XP, obviously, we start out with 0 because, you know, we have to kill stuff. We have no injuries. We have no physical scars, mental scars. We have no clues. We need a name. +1 to defense and avoidance could be beneficial. Yeah. The very first game I ran it really terribly, and I ran into a legendary vampire as my first encounter. That was horrible, but I also learned that they suck to fight. So, let's try and make a bit of a actual character per se, right? So I already had an idea. I'm gonna name her Maddie, because I saw that name in like a game I was playing earlier. Should have got Faith then. Nah, don't worry about it. So we're gonna have Maddie. She is, through agility and danger sense, I'm going to assume that she's very cautious. Maybe she's a reporter. Maybe she's an investigator. Who knows? Something like that, where she's going to need to be able to zip around, and she's also going to be able to pay attention. She could also be a thief, but there's no like classes in this game, so that doesn't really matter. It's more just, you know, having fun and making like a story after your words. So let's do our... Okay, so we did our life. We did that. We start the game with D6 food, and every 5 boxes we move, we must consume 1 food. So, D6, so don't give me a 1. Okay, 5. Not bad. So we're going to start with 5 food, which is underneath there. All right. So we have that. Underneath it would be candles, which we don't have, and books read, which we don't have currently. And then this entire big box is for our equipment. We'll get to that. All right. So we have Maddie. She's pretty fooded up, so we're doing pretty good there. So we go back to our character creator. So we're getting 1 weapon from the random weapons table and a knife. The knife sucks. It's a -1 to attack. But it's it's kind of like a default weapon. -1. And then we're going to go into the weapons table. So the way a lot of these solo RPGs work, I like the models too. Like they did really good on a lot of the stuff. Like if you look in the back, this dude here, like, I mean, they did a whole bunch of good makeup for him. Like, he does look like a bruised and battered zombie. It's pretty dope. And here's our weapon table, which we'll get to in a second. The whole thing on a lot of these solo tabletop and solo RPGs is that you have, like, a table, and then you roll, and then you'll do the thing. So later on, you'll see a whole bunch of tables with a whole bunch of events, and that's essentially how you build your adventure. So it kind of takes... It's kind of like... Think of it as like an RPG roguelike, right? And I mean, you can make these last long. You can make them, you know, really quick if you want. Each one's been taking me about 45 minutes just because I like drawing in my boxes and whatnot. But anyways, let's see. So we're going to go 1, baseball bat or a hammer. Okay. So what do we got? So baseball bat or hammer. So we have +1. I know that text is really small. There we go. +1 to hit zombies and flaming skeletons, and damage 1. So there we go. We have a hamar. And then we'll do +1, 2 Zambos. And Flaming Skelly. Cool. Yay. So, we don't have ammo because we don't have any type of ranged weapon. We have no arcane skills again because we gain those through the game. So let us kind of build our we build our little adventurer here. So we have Maddie. She has 9 sanity and 10 life. So she's a little stronger physically than she is mentally, which is fine. She has agility. So she's pretty agile. She zooms around. She can kind of dodge stuff, but she's really good at like climbing and jumping and things like that. She has danger sense, so she's always on edge. We could also just say that she has a bunch of fucking anxiety. We have a knife. It's -1 to attacks, if I remember correctly. I think that's what it was, right? The kniff or a stick, -1 to attack rolls. You may pick up a stick every time you visit a stick. I'm pretty sure that's a typo, but whatever. So, and then she has a Hamar, which is +1 to zombies and flaming skellies. So there we go. Oh my god. You are not alone against fear. You have us, which is factually worse. Also, all right then. So we will leave you guys off screen for right now. I wonder, can I go like this and maybe does it auto focus a little bit better? Not really. Shit on screen sounds nasty. No, that's not that's not this type of stream, don't worry. Okay. So we have Maddie. She's agile. She is very situationally aware. She has a knife, she has a hammer. So she's very dexterous and she has anxiety, so that's really cool. Just what everyone should have. So after we have done our this, we're going to do our that. So we have 1 weapon. So now we're going to gain 1 weapon from the... You want to fucking focus? Okay, cool, great. 1 weapon from the random table, and then 1 from the useful stuff table. So, let us go to our random items table. So, random objects table, and it's if you can see it, it is a D66. So that pretty much means we're going to roll 2 D6s and whatever it comes up to. So 55. So 55, if we look at it, it is D6 cans of dog food. Or if we reverse the numbers, it is 55, which is D6 cans of dog food. So there we go. May be used as 1 food point or sacrificed to avoid an encounter with any canine creature. Isaac themed run, not quite. So let's do D6. All right, so we got 3. So we have 3. So we'll put that in our little equipment. So 3 cans of dog food. So we can use those on, like, I know that there's hellhounds in the game. I know there's normal dogs. So we can literally just, like, throw food at them like a fucking cartoon, and we will not have to fight them. So now that we got that, we have to go on to the useful items table. That was the random objects table, and now here is the useful items table. And again, it's a D66, so no dog encounters, probably. So we have 4 and 6. So we're going to do 64 because, you know, Nintendo 64. So that is a Molotov cocktail. So we have a Molotov cocktail. So it says this can be thrown as a one-time weapon. It allows you to automatically destroy 1 zombie or scarecrow or perform an attack roll at +2 against any other opponent. You need a lighter or a box of matches to use this. This is considered fire damage, so it can destroy vampires permanently. So we can use it if we find some type of fire source. We don't currently have a fire source, so that fucking sucks, but whatever. So I'm going to throw... I'll throw a Molotov down on the bottom here as another weapon. It's, I mean, if we're being technical, it's technically ammo, but we're not going to worry. Option 46 was actually better. Option 46 was, where is it? I was going to put fucking marks of where all these tables were. Useful stuff. 46 is bandages, plasters, disinfectant. Sacrifice them to heal one life. So objectively, that's probably better. But, you know, I don't want to play the game in an easy way. I want to have fun. And remember, as Dwarf Fortress says, losing is fun. I'm also going to put this here so that I can grab this in the future. There we go. Cool. I mean, Molotov can be good. We'll see. At the end of the day, I mean, when we run our encounters, we'll find out if it's good. So we have that life insanity set to 8. You may do additional stuff, and then also, if you want, it's kind of like an optional character build. Those 3 stat points that we got at the beginning, you can gain 1 additional skill and a roll on one of the item tables if you want, but instead we just put those into our stats. So normally you don't need to heal if you kill the attackers with fire. I mean, true, technically true. So we start at 8. Every character starts at 8. So instead we put our 3 points into this. In the next, if we do another character, maybe we'll grab another skill. Who knows? But anyway, so we have our character, Maddie. She's our fun little adventurer who got explosives. So, you know, we love a queen who does that. So boop 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 boop. We'll get to the combat. I might have to reread that afterwards, but everything else is good. Okay. So, and then of course we have our insanity table, which I'm not going to worry about that. So now we go. When you enter a new box, roll on the town exploration table to do that. Yes. So when we first encounter, there was some special thing I thought. Roll on the town exploration table. Okay. Which is that. Okay. So at the start of a play session, here's our missions. At the start of a play session, roll on the mission table. Let's see, can I do that? Should I even bother holding this up to you guys, or do you want me to just read it to you? Because, like, I can't get this shit to focus because there's the shadow there. I can just read this if you want. Just read it? Okay. At the start of the mission, roll on the mission table to determine what you must do to win this session of the game. If you roll the same mission that you played last time, you may re-roll. I did not know you were supposed to do that, so yeah. To win the campaign, you must close 7 gates of hell in any number of games. So, I mean, this is kind of like the overarching campaign is closing the 7 hell gates, but you as a character are doing this mission. So we're going to go, and we're going to go boop. So 4, we got 4. So 4 is, we need weapons. You must explore the town and bring back to your starting box firearms. Oh, to your starting box firearms. So pistols, rifles, shotguns. When you do so, you gain 1 XP for every firearm with at least 6 ammo with the maximum gain of 5 XP. You may alter the town exploration roll by +1 or -1 if it lets you reach a military installation. All the weapons and ammo you deliver are given to other survivors at the end of the mission, but you may use them during the game. So there we go. We have to... Yeah, in a sense, 7 challenges to win, kind of like... So that's what we're going to mess with. So, I mean, I guess what you could do is you could run 7 characters, and if you finish yours, or, as this is, number 6 is close a hellgate. So, you know, we could do that. It's the default activity for the campaign. You may always attempt this even during other missions, because closing 7 hellgates over the course of a campaign completes the campaign and ends the game in a victory. When you play this mission, if you do not find a hellgate through random rolls, you will find one automatically after 12 plus d6 boxes and another in your 30th box. To close a hellgate, you need to possess a Gate Arcane skill and perform an L6 magic roll. Add +1 if you have will, add +2 if you have will expert. You lose 1 sanity and life for each failed attempt. So if you want, we can do that. We can do that as well, just to throw a fun little extra thing in. So 12 plus d6, so 13. So so on our 13th box that we explore, assuming we survive that long, we're going to try and close a Hellgate. So that's pretty cool. So let me actually put main missions, because I'm going to forget about that. Boop. And then if we want, I don't think there's not like a mission sheet, is there? No, okay. I mean, I guess we can just put it at the bottom of our character, or keywords. I'm just going to make my life a little easier, and I'm going to put that here. So close Hellgate 13 and 30 on the box. Also deliver weapons, because I have no idea what the keywords section is. So there we go. So we're going to try and close a Hellgate on box 13. So now that we have our character, let's actually see what that means. So we have our box here. I just drew this myself just for fun. So it's a 6x6 grid. And like I said earlier, I wrote up on here, S is searched. If we already search a box, we can come back and we can't search it again. H is a safe house. We can heal and do all that bullshit. And then B is bullshit. I'm going to put that for whenever there's like big monsters or some other thing that happens that's really bad to us. So let us, where do you want to start? Someone pick a number 1 through 36 and we'll start on that tile. $16. Nice. So 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're going to put our start right here. So start. And then here is where the main bulk of the game plays. So we're going to look for, not this, we already did the mission. So we're going to look for the town exploration one. So let me put orange for town exploration. I should probably put them like this so that I'm not, you know, I should probably put them like that instead of stacking them all on one, but whatever. Okay, so we have our town exploration table, and I'll read them to you as we do them. So every time we move into an unexplored area, we have to roll on the town exploration table, and then it will pretty much guide you to another table, and then you'll run an event there, and then you can kind of, you know, talk about it, role play, all that good stuff. So let us, what do we want to do? What direction do we want to go in? Let's go, it has to be cardinal directions. So what are you feeling today? We feeling right? We feeling left? Feeling top? Feeling down? Like a Lady Baby song? Are you going up or are you going down? Or baby metal, whatever. All right, south. We're going to go south. All right, we're going to go adventure to someone's south mouth. Let's have some fun. So this is technically box 1. And I know it's kind of hard to see that. This is for my own fucking thing, because every 5 we have to eat a thing of food. And then when we find that 13th and that 30 box, assuming, again, that we even do that, we're going to find a Hellgate. So that'll be fun. All right, so now's a good time as any. Let's roll on our table. So 3 and 5. So what 3 and 5 together, what does that make? Correct. 35, not 8. No. Okay. So 8 is roll on the store table or the street table, your choice. What are we feeling? Are we feeling we go into a store or we go into a street? Let's go to a store, because I've done the streets a few times, and I've gotten attacked on both of them. So let's go to the store. Page 47. All right, and there we go. Page 47, we have our store table. All right, and we're going to roll. That is a 6. Or as they say in Germany, 6. So, hardware store. That's fun. This store was raided, but there is still a chance of finding something useful. Roll a d6 for each item on this list. 3 in 6 chance of finding a hammer, 4 in 6 chance of a shotgun with d6 shells, 5 in 6 of knife, 1 in 6 insecticide, 3 in 6 of axe. No matter what you find, if you search the store, you must also roll a 2 in 6 chance for a random encounter that'll happen as soon as you pick up any objects. And then we roll a d6 to determine which table to roll. And then we'll have undead, slasher, possessed, demonic, horrors, or witch children. I don't like any of those. So, roll a d6 for each item on this list. So does that mean there's 6 of them? I'm assuming so. I already have a hammer. I think we'll just roll a d6 and whatever we get is whatever it goes for, right? So let's just go d6. So number 4 would be a shotgun with d6 shells. Okay. So 1. 1. So with that, we can't even complete our mission because every time we bring back a ranged weapon, it has to have a minimum of 5 ammo. So that sucks. But okay, so we got that. So let's paint a picture, shall we? Because like I kind of want to do the roleplay thing as well, instead of just like, okay, we got this. So let's see. Maddie's kind of wandering through. Let's say there's like a safe house there that she woke up out of. She goes south and through all the underbrush she crawls through, and luckily we don't find any monsters. She doesn't find any zombies or anything like that. And she comes across a hardware store. And the hardware store, you know, the lights are out. Some of the windows are smashed in. Maybe there's tools and stuff strewn about in front of the store. And she, you know, is able to open the door without any issues. It kind of creaks a little bit, so she's very attentive. So she sits for a second and she makes sure no one's moving around. Okay, nothing jumped out to attack her, so she kind of wanders on through. And I'm assuming this hardware store is in the south because as she is looking, she looks behind one of the shelves or behind the main counter, and there's a shotgun there laying with 1 shell. And then I think it said there's a 2d6, 2 and 6. Okay. So we rolled a 4, so nothing jumped out when we grabbed that. If it says like 2 and 6, I'm literally just going to do, like, if it's a 1 or a 2, it does it, you know. So she picks up this shotgun. She has the 1 shell. She kind of loads it in and totes it on her back. One single shotgun shell isn't going to do great, but, in a pinch, who knows? So we have a shotty, and we have 1 shell currently. We might end up finding more shells, and if we do, that'll be good, because we do want to complete our mission a little bit. All right, so we have that. She's here. And actually, what I can do, because I want to a little bit, we're gonna just throw our little, let's go with our little house here, and we'll just put like HD for hardware. There we go. That sounds kind of good, and that'd be like, some stuff. There's some stuff strewn about. Maybe like one of the windows is fucking shattered. There we go. Beautiful. And there'll be like a big fucking tree here, right? Great. Beautiful. I am an artist. Also, PK, I have something to ask you about a commission later. Okay, so she went through the hardware store. Everything's good. Didn't have to fight undead children today, which is always a plus. So now where are we going? We can go any direction. We can go to ones that we've started before, that we've explored before. The only difference is, the only thing is that we have to research. We have to search again whatever ones that we go to. So I'm going to say we went down this one. Let's go left this time. So tree, boom. All right, so free, where is our random adventure table? So, okay, excellent. Oh, I was just going to talk to you about it. It wasn't anything specific. It wasn't anything specific tonight. More of an idea I had a question about. All right, 6 and 3 is 9. All right, roll on the sewers table. I don't like that, but sure. So sewers. All right, so on our sewers table, we have a D6, and of course, I mean, that's what we do for the entirety of the game. So 5, number 5. So number 5 is, it wasn't number 6 was a fucking hellgate, damn it. All right, number 5. You find a section of the sewers that can become a safe house if you first clean it up out of 2d6 zombies. Okay, so this is going to be... Can you not put copyright-free atmospheric music? I can, actually. Let me see. Good enough? Works for me. Cool. Yeah, I kind of want to make a little vibe, you know? All right, so we found a sewer. And we found a section of a sewer that becomes a safe house if you clean it up from 2d6 zombies. Ocupado it. Tavern background music. Yeah, that's kind of what this is, so we'll rock it. So, we're going to roll 2d6. Please don't be like 12. That's cool, that's 8. All right, that's still a lot more. All right, so we're gonna, let's draw ourselves a little picture in here. Let's do, I don't know, sewers, and we'll then do like, that looks like it's on fire, but whatever. Sure. Okay, so we have the way that I track this, just like that I've done it, is that whenever I kill something, I just mark a little notch on the box. So like we have 8 dudes that we have to kill. So like I kill 1, I put it down here, 2, etc., etc., etc. That's just my way of doing it. The game doesn't actually tell you to do that. I'm just, you know, kind of spitballing and everything. So they have L3, they're slow, they're undead, they have 1 life each, and they do 1 damage each. So unfortunately, I didn't get any like defensive armor equipment or any of that, so that does kind of suck. But that's fine. So, combat. The way it works is... where are we? So, the monsters must take turns. So, to attack, roll a d6, adding any modifiers that apply to your skill, and divide the total by the monster's L rounded down. The result is the number of damage points you inflict. So, if there's an L3 monster, you roll 4 plus 2. So, that would be a 6. 6 divided by 3, you do 2 damage. That's essentially the entirety of combat. If you attack a group of monsters with 1 life point each damage point kills 1 of them. So, I have that Hamar, and this guy is L3. So, Hamar, +1 to zombies. So, we get a +1 there. So, we're going to do... L3 +1 is 4, so if we do that, boom, that's a 2, +3. So 3 divided by 3, that's still 1. So we took out 1 zombie. So Maddie, you know, she climbs down into this sewer, and she sees a bunch of grimy, grubby hands poking out of this little area that we could use to rest. So she runs on in, and she just starts wailing on these things. So she smacks 1, cracks it. These things are going to come and attack. So they essentially have to roll higher than their L3. So they rolled a 1. 1 divided by, 1 divided by 3. Obviously not going to hit. So as she's running around smacking, they try and claw at her, but they miss. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 divided by 3. Again, we'll just do 1 just to make it simplified. So we smack another zombie. Boom. She spins around as one just barely avoids her. As she does, she smacks the zombie right in the skull, cracks it. Another one comes up from behind her. 3 divided by 3. Unfortunately, 1. So that does... Right? Am I doing that right? Am I doing this right? Because I have 10 life. I gotta read those combat rules again. Alright, so you and your monster take turn to action together. You go first unless other monsters surprise you. Alright, if a monster has more than 1 life, each damage point will deplete 1 of its life. Cool. When it's the monster turn, only the monster that survive your attack have a chance to hurt you. If you have faced 6 zombies and kill 2, you'll have to defend only against the 4 remaining ones. Okay, so for each one in a group, I do have to roll for. You roll 4 damage because you level rolled twice. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So again, you attack alpha, blah, blah, you roll 8, inflicting 2 damage down to 1 life point. Group of 6 zombies with 1 life each, your attack is 7. 7 divided by 3, you kill 2 zombies. Okay. Okay, cool. So again, yes, 3 divided by 3. It hits me, unfortunately, for 1 life. So we're going to take ourselves down to 9. Hope that we can heal in the future. So she gets on through there. She takes the 1 zombie down. Not quick enough. 1 slashes at her back. And now we're going to spin around, try and swack at her. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 divided by 3. Again, 1. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Because if they said, I think if it's in a group, right? I think they said if it's in a group, then I do more damage. Okay, with 6 life, you're 7 divided by 3. Okay, so 7 through. That would be 2. Kill 2 zombies. Okay, so I'd have to roll what? A 7 to do 2 in one go. So we're just going to keep on going back and forth like this, I think. Unless, yeah, because if I roll a 6, I'll luck out. So I take another zombie out, or Maddie takes another zombie out, and then 5. Okay, 5 divided by 3 again, 1. So she's not quick enough as she takes that last guy out. Someone just fucking gnaws on her arm. So we're down to 8 life. So that's great. On a date? Yes, actually. She pulls her arm back in time. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay, again, 5 divided by 3 would be 1-ish. So, boom. She takes 4 down. She says, "You little son of a bitch," as he bites my arm, smacks him right upside the head with the hammer, takes him out. Zombie again. See, fighting a group kind of sucks. 2, so that one is just way too slow. Misses, thank God. As we duck and dodge out of that one, 4 plus 1 is 5. Take another one of them out. Boom. So we have 5 dead already. There are 3 left. Yeah, because I said 8. Yeah, 6 plus 2. Yeah, 8. So she's cracking away. Another zombie comes up from behind her. She's not really paying attention. 4. Okay. Unfortunately, takes another smack. We're down to 7. We're down to 7 life already, just from these zombies. So probably not the greatest thing to run into a set of sewers. Boom. 3 plus 1 is 4 with our hammer. So boom, we're at 6. They only have 2 They only have 2 zombies left. I don't think zombies can really feel fear, so they're not really backing away or anything. They just keep on going. The unending horde. They both come up and try and swipe at her. 3. Unfortunately, 3. It does hit, correct? Making sure that I'm not giving them too much damage. 3 divided by 1. If you face 2, once a monster turn, only the monster survived. Okay, cool. Of course. I just want to double check on making sure I'm doing this right. Divided by 2, rounded down. Yeah. Okay. Rolling 1s is always a fail. Okay. Oh, bro, Oh, I forgot that she's agile. She has +1 to defense. Bro, I've been fucking slacking this whole time. I'm probably at like 9 HP, actually. Aha, see? See? You gotta fucking pay attention to this stuff. So yeah, defense 3 + 1 is 4. Yeah, because she has the agility. Ah. Okay. Well, we'll just continue on like that was nothing then. 3 + 1 is 4. I hit them again. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you fix that? Or game tells you you're fucked? I mean, I could just rewrite my health in. Like, I'm not too worried about that. I can just, instead just be like, okay, we'll be back at 9. That'll be easy. We'll be back at 9. So there's only one Zambo left. She's looking kind of tired now, but she's coming up against it. This guy, he's going to try and swing at us. A 6 is a critical, so no matter what, definitely hit. So I am down to 8 either way. Unfortunately. And then we'll try and do our last swing at them. 4 + 1 is 5, and boom, we take all 8 out. So we did take all 8 out. Again, we kind of fucked around a bit because I wasn't really paying attention to my skills. But now we have a safe house. So she's ragged, she's tired, she sits down and rests for a while. I'm trying to see I forgot what the safe houses do. I mean, I think you can sit and rest in them. I don't know if there's anything specific about that. Is there safe houses? Where's our safe houses? Where's our safe houses? And we can run away too if we want. We don't have to always fight everything. Where the hell is that sewer page? 2d6 zombies. So my question is, do I get XP for killing? I think you only get XP if it says so. Yeah. Cuz like here's this like clown one. It says if you defeat it you gain 1 XP. Okay, so I don't think I gain XP for just killing the Zambos. That's interesting. Normally all violent encounters are worth 1 XP, but some monsters may be worth more. Claim monster's XP value, you must defeat it. Defeating some monsters give you some XP. A monster may give you the option to choose between gaining 2 or gaining a clue when you defeat it. Okay, cool. Okay, and then does it say, hey, if you fight a giant group of monsters, do you get it? Where is my XP? You find another hit. My rolling +3 and a d6, so I'm just trying you dodge roll by doing a +3. Okay, cool. Okay, so it doesn't say specifically I gain 7 XP from that, which is fine because that'd be pretty broken right from the get-go. Yeah, okay, so I don't think that we gain... I think we just gain 1 XP and that's it. So that's fine. So whenever we gain XP, we obviously stack it up on our little chart here. we stack it up. So I got 1 XP currently. And then as we keep on going, we can use our XP whenever. So say we gain 2 XP, we can go into our skill table, and then we can instantly just grab a skill if we want. That's worth 2 XP. When you destroy monsters in the situation described in general, you gain 1 XP every time you win a combat encounter. Okay. You may keep or spend XP as soon as possible. So if we gain another, we fight something and we gain another one, then we could get the Faith skill maybe. Or we could gain the Resistant to Hunger one. And that's the only 2 that are... Oh, we could be Zombie Hunter, which would be funny because that would have helped us just a few seconds ago, but whatever. That is fine. Alright, so injuries. When you lose sanity points, blah, 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 you may prevent that sanity loss by rolling on the insanity table. If you may do the same with life points, negating all damage from a single attack by rolling on the injury table. You may do so up to 3 times in the lifetime of the character. And then if you do that, there is our injury table that we can mess with, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Resistant to horny is what I need. Listen. Alright, cool. So, we finished that. We are in our sewer with our little safe house, so that's pretty good. Now, let us roll again and see what we get. 1 and 2. So that is a 3. So, roll on the military installation table or on the clinic table, your choice. So, with our mission, if I remember right, it had something about military installations. You may alter the town experience by +1 if it lets you reach a military installation or a store. Oh, interesting. Okay. So if we want to... So say like we rolled 2 on the random encounter table. If it would let us get a military installation, then we can add 1, and then we can, you know, get it. And then likewise, we could, if we rolled a 9 and we wanted to go to the store, then we could do a -1. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. That's pretty cool. So I say we go to the military installation. So, military installation. Let's hope there's not a Hellgate here. So we got a 6. So 6. Okay, I don't like this one. As you step into the installation, there's an explosion. Save versus L4 explosion. Add +1 if you have danger sense or agile. Hey, I got both. There's also a 2 in 6 chance the explosion attacks D6, 1 zombies that attack you. Okay, so L4. 2 if you have danger sense or agile. I have both. So I don't know... I don't think it lets me do both. So, unfortunately, I lost 2 life from the explosion. So that's great. We're already off to a banger start with this installation. So, we are back down to 7 again. So that's great. That's just what I want. I lost 2 legs, yeah. I lost 2 of my 11 legs. And then there is a 2 in 6 chance the explosion attracts zombies, so... That's a 2, so it looks like we're fucking fighting zombies again. D6 +1. Okay, that's cool, so we're fighting 4 zombies again. Great. Which way did I say? I think I said... Did I say down? I say... I'm gonna go up. So... There's just going to be a mushroom cloud. There we go. There's a mushroom cloud. It might also look like a tree, but don't worry about it. Alright, so we're fighting 4 zombies again. L2 this time, so much nicer. So, L2. So we have 4 zombies. She's, you know... She just finished fighting zombies. She's a little beaten and battered, so we're going to begrudgingly just walk on up to them. We're going to take a swing. 4. All right, +1 for the zombie, so that's 5. 5 divided by 2, that's 2-ish. So she's sick of the zombie shit. She just got hit by an explosion, so she runs up and she just smacks the shit out of 2 zombies instantly, takes them down. So these last 2 zombies are going to come up. That's a +5. So that's a 5, which is bullshit. I have a +1, so that'd be 3, but even then. This one zombie comes up and says, I don't care, and fucking claws at her. So that's great. She's down to 6 HP now. And then this next zombie comes up and does a 2. And then I have +1 on the defense. So, nope, does not hit me. So we're going to keep on going. We're going to run up to those zombies. That's a 3. +1 is 4 because of our Hamar. So those last 2, she just runs up and she fucking, I don't know, takes the legs out from underneath him and then curb stomps both their heads. And there we go. All 4 zombies dead. So that is another XP because it is a violent encounter. So again, we could grab a skill, but I think I'm going to hold off. I think we're going to hold off on our skills for maybe fighter. It gives a +1 to attack rolls with hand-to-hand weapons in addition to any other bonuses. That's pretty good. We could do tough. Adds 2 to your life point total. If you gain the skill during play, both your maximum number of life and your current number of life is increased. Or Henzoid. 40 months. Oh my god. Hey, thanks for raiding me. Gunga. I have no idea what that is, but okay. We're playing a solo tabletop called Alone Against Fear. 40 months is crazy. I know, right? Please excuse my really bad webcam. Thanks for the raid. What you up to? If you want to hang out and watch us slowly explore through this this haunted town, go for it. We have a character named Maddie. She was just beaten the shit out of by zombies. Well, if you can't hang out, then why did you even show up? No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Pop back in. We might do it Sunday as well. We might do an adventure one. We'll see. But thank you for raiding. Thank you for hanging out. My notifications isn't on this stream file. Or on this profile. Sorry. Sonic Adventure 1? I don't know. Unless it's Adventure DX. No, so the game that this is based off of is called 4 Against Darkness, and you build an adventure party and essentially run an entire D&D, like a D&D party, and you actually build up a dungeon and all that. So we might do that Sunday. I'm kind of excited on that one. That one has a shit ton of supplements. I even found one that had sex in it. Okay, anyway. So we just got into this military installation. Maddie was like, finally, I'm going to find some weapons. It's going to be great. The fucking thing blows up in her face. She flies out. Zombies come up. Yes. That's the other side. The 4 zombies come up. She is, again, beaten and bruised to hell, but she knocks the ever-loving Big Jesus out of him, even though one of them takes a bit of a swipe at her. Maddie's not doing good, man. I'm telling you, Maddie's not doing good. There was one that I was looking at called Ronin, which is essentially like you're a wandering samurai. I have a dumb idea for that one, but we'll get to that later. Let me know. We can do multiple, you know? Well, shit, it's already been an hour? Oh my god. And it's only been an hour and we've explored 3 places so far. Jesus. Okay. So, let us go to back to our town exploration. So, again, I don't know, give me like a 10 or something. 5 and 1 is a 6. So, we're going to roll on the streets table because I am from the streets. That is a 4. So 4 is a random encounter with demonic horrors. I don't like that at all. All right, we'll roll that in a second. I'm going to say she goes left. That is 5, which means we have to eat 1 food. So now we are down to 4. Down to 4 food. Great. We have those cans of dog food. We can throw them if we want to. Or we can eat them. So there is a street that we encounter. There's like little bushes, I guess. There's someone's house. I am horrible on perspective. But yeah. There we go. And then how about there's a fucking light pole. Or a traffic light. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, that's in America, if you don't know, the traffic lights actually just sit in the middle of the road. You have to avoid them every time you drive by one. It's horrible. Okay, so we have to roll on the demonic encounters or demonic horrors table. Ooh. Okay. 1d6, what do we got? 6. 6 is a hellhound. Funnily enough, the one we're most the best to fight. It's so Maddie, she just, she survived an explosion. She got beaten by more zombies. She's wandering away from this place. She comes across this street and she's wandering up it and just clawing up out of the nether right in front of her on this road is a hellhound. Big fucking, it's like a bulldog mixed with a boxer that's the size of like a fucking Great Dane. And it's covered in fire. Can you get them as personas? No, that would be Orthrus. It's flaming. It has red eyes. It has these big fucking claws, bones sticking out of it everywhere. All right, its baying may attract monsters. Roll a 1d6 on this happening at the end of combat. If monsters appear, roll again on the possessed or the undead table to determine who you attack. This one is susceptible to exorcism and vulnerable to holy water. You gain a +1 to your escape roll if you sacrifice 1 can of dog food or dog toy. Even if you escape, you must still roll a 1d6 chance of being attacked by a random monster attracted by the hellhound's baying. So, do we throw a thing of dog food and run, or do we fight this thing? It's an L4 demon, it has 3 life, and it does 1 damage. I don't know, man. I think... because if we kill it, we gain an XP, right? And the devil you do, is better than the devil you don't. Or the demon dog that you know is better than the demon dog that you don't. So I say we're going to fight it. So Maddie runs on up on this bitch. And we're going to fucking 5. 5 +1 is only to zombies and flaming skeletons. So, okay. So, boom. 5 divided by 4 is 1. So... it has 1, so it's down to 2 life. Okay, so here's a question. Here's a question that I'll let you guys rule on. It's a hellhound, right? So it has fire. We have our Molotov. Do you think we can, as we're running by and smacking this thing, use the Molotov on the fire to light it up and then chuck it next turn? Or do you think that would be too much? I think it'd be a pretty cool idea, right? But I also might want to save that, because if we run into a vampire, I'd say since it's a role-playing game, it should be possible. Tell you what, I'll roll on it. I mean, I have a +1 to agility, so it might help a little bit. I'm going to make that a L5. So 3 + 1, 4. So no, I wasn't able to do it. What about the canned dog food? throw the canned dog food, then sneak up on it afterwards. Nah, we'll just go for it. So the hellhound, you know, I take a smack at it, smack at it, whack at it. As I'm running by the hellhound, yeah, definitely fucking. He spins around, hits a hit, even with my +1, that would be 5. So yeah, he swings around and nips me right on my, I'm gonna say right on my leg as I'm running by. So I'm down to, Maddie's down to 5 life currently. So as we're going, we're running, boom. That's a nat 1, so we absolutely fail. It bites my 3rd leg off. You know, it nips at my leg. I stumble. I try to take a whack at it, and I miss, obviously. So there we go. As I stumble, it tries to take a bite, but I barely dodge away from it. Well, I absolutely dodge away from it. It's a fail. And then I try and take a whack at it again, even with my plus. Oh no, that's only for skellies. Okay, so no. I also miss. Okay, it's a +4, so it's 3. So that doesn't hit. As I try and take a swing, it dodges, and then it tries to bite me, and I dodge. And then I try and take a swing, and it's like that. It's like the fucking Game Grumps meme. And then I swing, and then I miss, and then it swings, and then it misses, and then I swing, and then it miss, and then it swings, and then I miss, and then I swing, and then it miss. This goes on for several hours, dude. It's only 1s and 3s. Come on, we keep swinging back and forth. A 2, okay. It swings and it tries to bite me and misses. Okay, fuck this die. And then... Okay, there we go. Finally. It fucking... Alright, it comes up to try and bite me, but again, I have agility, so I dodge it just barely. And then I fucking miss. Okay? And then... It hits! It fucking hits. Great. It fucking nips me again. And then we're down to 4 life. All right. And then I go up. Boom. Finally, 4. I take another whack at it. After it bites me, it, you know, sits there long enough that I can take a smack at it. So it's down to 1 life. And then I, 5. But I do the dodge. 5 plus... down to 4. Unfortunately, it fucking bites me as well. Again... So we're down to 3. And then I go and smack it, and then it finally dies. Okay, so the Hellhound took 4 life from me as we kept on going back and forth, trying to dodge around like a weird-ass dance. But I finally take it. I gain 1 XP. I'm at 3 XP, and then because of it was it bayed, it's a 1 in 6 chance of it happening, so that's a 2. So thankfully, it did not summon anything with its howling, so we have survived. I'm trying to find the safe house, because I think with the safe houses, if you go back, you can heal. Because I really need to heal. Like, I really need to heal. You may search a library multiple times. You only find books. If you're looking for a specific creature, you may encounter the creature in the next box if you spend a number of clues. Okay. Okay, that's for searching. Cool. Roll on subtables. If you visit all the boxes on a sheet having completed your mission, attach a new sheet and continue there. Alright, so where the fuck is the safe house, man? Is there healing? Maybe. It says the zombies are slow, so I really hope that there's not like a big fucking table of keywords that I could end up using to dodge stuff. Is there? Does not look like it. Okay, so we should be fine. Is there a page on healing? Please. Life. During the game, you may prevent a loss of 1 or 2. Oh, I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting we can prevent life to gain a... What's it called? When you visit a safe house, you may leave any number of items there. You will find those items there if you visit that box again. If your safe house area is no longer safe, roll an item. Okay. Okay, so they're for stashing. So think of it like Left 4 Dead. All right. Cool. All right, so we had to eat one of our food. We got our legs bit the shit out of by a flaming hound, so that's great. Let's go up, and we're going to eventually go right. So let's go up. So this is box 6. So box is... The next time we get hit, we're probably just going to take a scar, because realistically we're at 3 life, man. We're at 3 life. It's not doing good. So let's... The orange one sucks, so we're not using that one anymore. 2 and 1 is a 3. So let's go to the clinic. Let's go to the clinic, shall we? Number 4. It's a safe house. You find an area that is easily defended. You may heal up to 2 sanity and 4 life every time you visit this place. You don't have to roll for random encounters every time you visit the safe house. If there's already 3 safe houses in play when you roll this, you create a new safe house, but the safe house closest to you is done. Okay. When you visit the location longer, you must roll 1d6 for random encounter. Okay. So, here is... We went up. We found a fucking clinic. Why isn't my pen working? Okay, there we go. Cool. How the fuck do you draw? There we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we're going to put a cross on there. It's not a church. It's actually a clinic. Perfect. So this is going to be a safe house. So we have 2 safe houses. So we can heal 4 life, which we're absolutely going to do. So we went from 3 back up to 7 life. So Maddie gets, she sees that the clinic is somehow still open in a town full of zombies and hellhounds. She runs in through the door. She says, "Praise the Lord." She falls down onto the ground. She kisses the ground. There's no zombies in sight. She's not being nommed on. Someone comes up and grabs her and, takes her into the back, and they stitch up some of her... Yeah, they'll stitch up her legs together, so now she only has 1 giant leg. And she's back up at 7 life. All right. As much as Maddie wants to sit and wait, she knows she can't. She has an adventure she has to get to. And so I think we're going to go take a right here. And we're going to go on back to the... Three and 1. Do we risk another military installation? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to risk another military installation. All right. As Maddie is going into this military installation, very, very, very carefully this time, there's an explosion. Okay. 3 plus 1 is 4. Fuck it. You know what? I ruled the last one as if it's a 4. It is if you saves. The ABS simply means that you roll that item, roll that number or higher. Oh, so she actually survived the fucking first explosion, but we're just going to, you know, not worry about that. And this is explosion number 2. All right, so she deftly dodges this one this time. And then there's a 2 in 6 chance. Okay, so 5. So we're not fighting zombies this time. The other one was radioactive. Yeah, absolutely. It was like Fallout. There was like radiation. So, but this is also why you play. You know, you play because you learn how like the mechanics work and everything. And I'm just having fun anyway. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's like I said, it's more of a less traditional thing than what we do. But I kind of want to do more stuff like this. Like I said, there's an adventure party one that I want to try. So, we got that. The explosion, she dodged out of the way. She said, thank the Lord again. She somehow dodged it this time. And I'm looking at any of these skills. Slippery, +1 to escape rolls. Medic, after any encounter, you may use up to 3 points from a first aid kit to heal up to 3 life. A character with a first aid skill and no medic skill may heal a single point now. Resilient. Add 1 to saves versus poison, infection, or disease. No. Like I said, I could do Zombie Hunter. I'll hold off on that. Yeah, I'll hold off. I'm going to see if I can get to 4. 4 adds dodge. No, you can't stack. That's right. Those don't stack. I could... Oh, Agile's 8 fucking XP. Jesus, dude. Okay. I think Fighter is what we're going to go, because we seem to really be going for physical attacks. I could save up maybe to get Will? I don't know. So far we've been... It's not the usual D&D thing. Yeah. And the other one I'm thinking that this game is based off of is more of an actual D&D thing. You make 4 characters and then you go dungeon delving. But this is a very super easy one. You know, you have grid, you roll dice, you do thing. Easy enough. So, I'm not going to buy any skills right now. Wait, what was that? Oh, dude, you can get a fucking healing spell? That's dope, okay. Alright. Sir. Sore. Where's my roll table again? Oh, am I on it? Yeah, I am. I was on it. Okay. So, we survived a second explosion somehow. So, we're gonna go take a up. We're going to take an up. Five and 6 is 11. Roll on the school table or the wood/park table. What do you guys want to do? Would you rather go... Just bash my fucking toe. Would you rather go explore a school or explore a park? I don't really like the idea of either. But we can, you know, we can see. We can try. School, it could be haunted, you know, that's great. School might have better stuff. Well, let's fucking go for the school then. So, Maddie, she finds a school. Boop, and then boop, 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 boop. And then, like, we can have, like, a rail there or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. I don't know. I've never seen a school in my life. Open spaces may give you a chance to not be in danger. We'll do the school. If we roll it again, we'll do the park. Those some big fucking bushes, but sure, whatever. Those bushes go up to the second floor. Okay. So we're going to find the school. Page 50. I'm sure nothing bad will happen at a school, right? Alright, school. So. Oh, right. Wrong one. Just one. 2. Okay. Abandoned primary school. Okay, cool. Roll on the children's stuff table on page 56. Roll a 2 and 6 chances to encounter with which children? Okay, so we're going to roll on the children's stuff first. That's already something. Hopefully there's like a backpack or something we can steal. What page? On page 56? I don't think that's right, because that's... Page 56 is an undead table. Okay. I don't... Hold on. I have to go to fucking table of contents. I don't think that's quite right. Where is the... It says children's stuff table. 51. Oh, you mean on the next page over? Yeah, great. There you go. Number 4. You find a length of cord with several knots. If you have an occult guide, play event 36. You may keep the cord and go to event 36 as soon as you find an occult guide. Weight is negligible. Alright, so we found a cord with several knots, which means that it's most likely some type of haunted thing. Cord with several knots. Okay, if we get an occult guide, then we'll mess with that. And then there was also a 2 and 6 chance to encounter witch children. That's a 3, so we're fine. So, Maddie, she wanders around and goes up and down this school. Very, very, very surprised there are currently no zombies there. She keeps on wandering through, going on, and she finds this little cord with several knots in it. She kind of pokes it a little bit, plays with it for a bit, and then she stuffs it in her pack. Says, something nice happened, or something not bad happened. And then there we go. So we have survived the school. It didn't explode. You want to make like a dumb joke that every time we go to a military installation it explodes? All right. 5 and 6 is 11. All right, so we did the school, so now we're going to do the park. So we're going to go this way. So trees. Yeah. There's trees and there's bushes. Maddie loves bushes. 53 for our page. So, I love how right next to the park is the picture of a werewolf. I really hope we don't get attacked by a werewolf. All right, number 6. What do we get in the park? Hangman's Tree. Okay. You find D6 corpses. You find 3 corpses hanging from the tree. There's nothing you can do for them. They are dead. There's a 1 in 6 chance of finding a random object for each corpse you take down from the tree. Every time you do so, you must save versus L4 Fear. Add 1 for will, 2 for expert. On a failure, lose 1 sanity. After you've played this encounter twice, ignore it and roll in the beast table instead. You know what? Let's take all 3 down. So first one, 2. Okay. So I just lost 1 sanity. So we're at 8 sanity. 2. Okay. I'm going to take a mental scar from that. So where are our mental scars? All right, 5 on our mental scar list. So we now have overconfidence. You may not make an escape roll unless you are down to just 1 or 2 life points. I don't like that, but that's fucking great. Overconfidence. Okay. We are now overconfident. And then the last one. That is a 6. So we saved that save. Okay. So, roll on the random objects or useful stuff, your choice. So let's do 1 random object and 2 useful stuff. How's that? So 1 random object, 3 and 3. So that is D6 food points. You may decide that 1 food is 1 dose of salt instead. So, ooh, that's an idea, because if we do salt, we can get a ghost. Or we can do damage to a ghost. So there's 3. So I'm going to take 1 food and 2 salt. All right, cool. So we have that. Now let's roll on the useful items table. All right, so 22. 22 is an antique flail weapon. If you roll a 6, it inflicts 2 damage instead of 1. If you roll a 1, however, you hit yourself for 1 damage. You may spend 2 XP to train with the flail and remove the chance of hitting yourself. You may spend additional 2 XP to become a flail expert and inflict 2 damage on an attack roll of 5 or 6. Okay? Okay. Interesting. We could dump that. Antique flail. So I don't know if that's actually good for us, but whatever. And then if we instead wanted to pick 22 instead. Oh, hey, look, it's an antique flail. All right, so that one, 1 and 3. So 31 is an Egyptian scarab, which is odd. You gain +1 to defense rolls against mummies. After an encounter with the mummy, scarab loses its power, the bonus is lost. Or 13, you gain a small bell. Useful for some spells. Yeah, I know. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to take 2 XP right now to negate that. So I'm going to become a flail. I'm going to gain a flail skill. Proficient with flail. A 6 is a crit. Crit is 2 damage. Yeah, we're not going to do that. So we're back down to 1 XP. And then we're going to take that small bell and hope that we gain some spells in the future. Do you gain +1 if you're proficient? No, you may spend 2 XP with the flail to remove the chance of hitting yourself. That's just what I'm calling proficient, because they don't actually have anything. And then if you do another 2, you gain flail expert. And then you can inflict 2 damage on a roll of 5 or more. I'm just calling it expertise to make it easier. And in case you guys are curious, so we have our small bell, and now we have our flail proficiency. So on the plus side, we get another weapon, so that's pretty cool. Which means with the melee attacks, I'm just, like, more and more, I just want to fucking get fighter, right? +1 to attacks with hand-to-hand weapons. So, like, if I can, I'm probably just going to save up on the, the XP for that. As I just spent my XP. Don't worry about that. Okay. So, Maddie was wandering around in a park. She found that big tree with people hanging on it. So, of course, you know, I'm not gonna draw anyone hanging from a tree. Not in this political climate. All right, so we found those. We took them down. She got scared. She got overconfident because of how scared she got. And then she found a small bell, some salt, some food, which food from a corpse, probably not the greatest, and then an antique flail. So there we go. On the plus side, she survived 8 whole boxes. So, you know, we're getting there. We're getting very close to that Hellgate, though, which scares me. All right, 4 and 4 is an 8. So roll on a store or a street table. So we did this street. I don't know if we... Should we do the street, man? I don't want to fight an undead horror or a demonic horror again. I think we're going to do the store. I think we're going to do the store and hope for the best. Where is the store? Am I blind? Store is 47. Yeah, we're gonna do the store. We're gonna do the store. Okay, so number 3 on our only has cursed items. I hope not. It's actually an armory. Okay, so there is a 4 in 6 chance of an encounter with a random monster. Roll d6 to determine which one you do. So 4 and 6. Hey, it's a 5. It's a 5. Look at that. So we don't have to deal with that. You automatically find d6 ammo for a ranged weapon of your choice. In addition, you may roll 1 in 6 chance of finding a weapon on any weapon on the weapon summary, except antique weapons, scythes, and chainsaws. Okay. So we've automatically find d6 ammo. Give me 4. 6. 7. So we're at 7 shells, so I can actually go turn that in if I want. And I'll gain XP for that. You automatically find it of your choice. In addition, you may roll a 1 in 6 of finding any weapon on the summary. Roll once per weapon. If you find a weapon that uses ammo, you find 2d6 as well. Okay, so yeah, we'll do 1 in 6 chance. That is a 3, so no. Alright, cool. Well, we got ammo. We didn't fight zombies or a demon. So, like, you know, we're getting there. That would be 10, which means we actually have to burn food again. So we're back down to 4. And we'll do... We'll do a store with a nice little, like, I don't know, storefront. Yeah, that's like a table or something. I don't fucking know. And then we'll do tree. There you go. Cool. So, Maddie, she is wandering around very, very hesitantly, making sure everything's okay. She is able to finally get on down there, pick up a shotgun, or not a shotgun, but fucking ammo. So we find a whole bunch of shells. So what we could do, actually, every firearm with 6 ammo back, with a maximum gain of 5. When you may gain 1 XP per every firearm with at least 6 ammo with a maximum gain of 5 XP. So honestly, we can go south. So let's bring back our shotgun. But you may use them during the game. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah. So we're going to go on back here. Maddie gets back to the starting area. There's a sense of familiarity there. There's a sense of, you know, almost homeliness. And she gains 1 XP. So we're back up to 2 XP, which isn't bad. So we could gain the flail proficiency, but I'm going to actually hang on and not do that. I'm going to hold off for now. And then because, of course, we go to an area that we've been at before, we actually, instead of rolling on the we roll on the search table. So, search table. Roll on the random encounters table. So we're actually fucking just doing it again anyway. Random encounters table, page 35. Oh, it's a lot of fucking zombies and ghost children and other things like that. 3. All right, 3 on there is we're either fighting a lab horror, an undead, or a unique vampire. I don't like any of those, so let's I don't know, man. What we got? 5. Undead table. Okay, so we're going to the undead table. I swear to God, if we fight fucking zombies again, Maddie's gonna have a fucking nervous breakdown, man. Okay. Undead table. 5. 5. It is Pumpkinhead. L4 undead, 5 damage, 5 life, 1 damage. Vulnerable to holy water. Before the combat, save versus fear, or lose 1 sanity. All right, man. All right, 4, so we're good. So we didn't. So we come on back. And then this is like, I guess Pumpkinhead is like a scarecrow? I don't fucking know. Yeah, that's Pumpkinhead probably. All right, so we're fighting Pumpkinhead. We wander on back. We are able to get to our area. We gain XP for that. We're sitting good, and then out of the corner of our eye, we see this thing, this long, spindly creature walking towards us with a pumpkin for a head. He lets out almost like an aura of fear. But Maddie, she has dealt with the undead by now, and she just she laughs at him. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna come swinging with that big fucking flail. And then the antique flail, it was a crit, a 6 is 2 damage. Okay. So, bro, really, get out of here. Fucking ruining my bullshit. Okay, cool. So Maddie's running up. She's gonna charge him. Thank you, Rookie. How you doing? Appreciate you hanging out. Okay. So Maddie, she sees this, this pumpkin-looking thing coming at us, and she says, "Not today, Satan." And she fucking just runs up, and she's gonna smack the shit out of this thing. That's a 6, so she does 2 damage. So she comes. I'm hanging out. We're living, we're loving. So since this is only one enemy, I'm gonna do 2 damage. So she comes swinging. She says, "All right, I'm tired of this shit." She's fucking twirling her flail around, and she smacks the shit out of this thing, takes off his leg, and he just fucking crumples to the floor for a second, and he lets out some unholy screech. But Maddie doesn't care because she is an undead slayer at this point. He's going to come and try and nibble her giblets, but it's not that type of game. So it's what is she? She's an L4 undead +1, so no. So he tries to nibble her fucking toes like a weirdo, and she says absolutely not. Jumps back for a second. She takes another swing. 3. Does this one have a plus on anything? I could take the hammer, but that's not a zombie, so technically that doesn't work. Before I take this swing, is there a skill I can grab for... Okay, so the hunter skills are for specific things. So like zombie hunters for zombies, vampire hunters for vampires. There's not something for like undead, period. Okay, that's fine. So, well, we try... she swings, and then he rolls out of the way just in time, and he kind of hobbles back up on his like one good leg. He's gonna come up and he's gonna try slashing at her with his weird pumpkin-y claws, and of course he crits. So unfortunately, she takes a claw right to the face, takes a 6, or we're down to 6 HP. She's pissed at this point. She's gonna start spinning that flail again. 3. She keeps spinning it, but that's really about it. He comes around again, tries to swipe at her. 4. I got a +1, so no, absolutely not. We nimbly dodge out of the way. We're gonna come 6, another critical. Fucking hit this thing. Gonna take another 2. She smacks, takes one of his fucking arms off, and it screeches again. And she's like, yeah, I'm finally putting in the fucking work. I'm from the streets. And then he's going to come and with his good arm going to try and swack. But it's a 2. If you guys can see that all right. It's a 2. She dodges. She says, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing but a little bitch-ass trick to me. She going to come and swing again. Boom, 5. With one last smack, she brings that antique flail right on this pumpkin's head, and it splatters. There is pumpkin pie all over the fucking ground, and we have taken out Pumpkinhead. And we gain... we gain 1 XP for that, so that's not bad. So we're back up to 3 XP. We fucking take out Pumpkinhead, and she's like, alright, I'm on top of the fucking world. I can do anything at this point. Which I'm sure she's immediately going to blow up afterwards, but, you know, we'll worry about that later. So we're going to take a right. That was number 11. This is number 12. Boom. All right, so after she's taken out Pumpkinhead, she feels fucking good, and now she is going to find a 4 and 6. 2 and 4 makes 6. Or if you want to roll that around, that's actually a 4 and a 2, and that makes 6. So we're going to go back to the streets. So let's hope nothing bad happens. Number 3. Roll on a random undead table. I swear to fucking God, dude. Alright, so Maddie, she finds another street. And for some odd reason, on this street... Well, actually, before we do that, let's actually go to the undead table, and then I'll make the story from there. Alright, so 4 D6 howlers. Okay. We're fucking great. We're fighting 6 howlers, whatever a howler is. L3 undead. It's 2 life each, and it does 2 damage. Howlers are walking dead with distorted faces who yell loudly as they claw at you. At the beginning of the combat, you must do an L3 fear save or lose 1 sanity. At the end of combat, there's 2 in 6 chance their howl will attract something. So there's some, shambling fucking horrors with these faces just full of mouths. And we're apparently fighting 6 of them because God hates Maddie. And that's not good. That's definitely not good. But anyways, there you go. Fucking howlers. They're only an L3, which isn't terrible, but still. And then she has to save on a L4 fear save, which she does not, so she is down to 7 sanity. And she's absolutely not going to take another fucking mental scar again. Dude, I might just take... No, because it's not an undead damage plus. It's just zombies. Which fucking sucks, but okay. If they were zombies, I would have honestly just taken the, I would have taken the zombie hunter. But anyway. Alright, so we have that. So Maddie, of course, runs on up. They're L3, so they're not terrible. So we're going to go up. Okay, so that's a 6. So 6 divided by 3, that's 2. And they have 2 life each. So we're going to... what is it? It's going to do 2 damage on a crit. So, boom. instantly runs up like it's nothing. She spins it around, smacks it, cracks one of these howlers' heads open. That thing drops. Great. Boom. 5. It's a L3. I have +1 to 4, but unfortunately it still hits. So we're actually going to take a physical injury instead of being hit by this thing, and I really hope that I don't regret this. So here is our physical injury table. So number 4. So limping. You now have a permanent -1 on all escape rolls, which is good because we're overconfident. So Maddie is a bad bitch, and she ain't running from no fights no matter what. So where is my undead table? 56, I think. Dude, we've been running into so many undead, it's kind of crazy. Alright, that is a 5, and then we also have a 5, so it's a 4. Unfortunately, she does still take that hit. So she's at 5 HP now. 1, absolutely a crit. Alright, so that would be 3. That would be 4, another 1. And that's a 5. Okay, so only one of them actually... So 2 of them hit her. 1 got a smack on her, and 1 is making her limp. So that's, you know, she's not doing great, but whatever. Now we're going to go. We fail. Absolutely, we fail, so that's awesome. So 2, 1 misses. 2 misses. 3 misses. 4 misses. 5 misses. It's an L3, but we have a +1 for dodge, so that would be a 4 on them, so they wouldn't work. So we're going to swing on around, do a 6 again. 3. That is a 3. So we swing up, smack it, and fucking 2 are gone. Now we only have to do a 4. Cool. So that crits, and that hits her again, so we're down to 4 life. A 5. Cool. Where she's down to 3 life. Miss. And miss, because I have the dodge. Okay, so Maddie's not looking very good. She's limping now. 4. Okay, there we go. We hit another one. So 3 are down. 3 to go. Cracks it. Smacks it on the pavement. 1. Fucking crits. So she's down to 2 life. 5. We're going to take another physical injury, unfortunately. Limping can't hit shit, I know. 3. Eye damage. You have a permanent -1 to your attack rolls. This street fucking blows. Good thing we're not using, Good thing we are not using range rolls. Okay, so there's that. So we're gonna swing and attack her, hopefully. That's a crit fail, so we miss. We're not using that die again. Okay, so 3. We're at 4, so unfortunately that does hit us. Fuck. We're at 1 life. Maddie, you got 1 life left. Okay, 3. We have +1, so we dodge. We're going to take it, and we're going to fucking 3. Oh, 3. They're L3s, right? Tell me they're L3s? Yes, they're... Okay. They're L3s, and they got 2 HP each. Alright, alright, alright. Not bad. Boom. 3 divided by 3 is 1, right? Because that's how it works, right? This is not good, man. This is not good for her at all. She is not doing good. Alright, all that good stuff. No, I've already done that. I'm not worried about that. Oh, my lord. Is this going to be the fucking end for Maddie? I think so. Alright, so one of them has 1 HP left. 4 dodge. I can take one more physical... I'm going to take one more physical malady. 1. She gains a facial scar now. So she has -1 to charisma. I mean, personally, a limping one-eyed woman would personally have a +1 to charisma for me, but whatever. Okay, that was her last HP. So Maddie is unfortunately gone. We got to sit through Maddie's adventure. She started off bright-eye. Exactly. Bright-eye and full of hope. Yeah, remind me, I'll put chat on next time. But yes, she started the adventure with a pep in her step. She initially explored some good stuff. She unfortunately found way too many zombies. She found friends, too many explosions, a very nice clinic. She hated zombies, but was damn good at finding them. Damn right. I mean, and she took out Pumpkinhead, so I mean, you know, she did what she did. We will always respect and remember Maddie, and I hope that in the future you will try to live your life the way Maddie did. Constantly being blown up and beaten by zombies. So yeah, that's essentially how Alone Against Fear works. She failed because she wasn't related to Beaky Ben. Very true. Next time we will make Beaky Ben and we'll give him some plot armor. All right, so that was Alone Against Fear. You know, as the name implies, you know, you have to survive against a town and survive and hope for the best. But yeah, what did you guys think? Was it fun? Was it cool? I personally enjoyed it. Having the music was pretty nice. It was nice and chill. It's something different. Like I said, I wanted to do the 4 Against Darkness, which is the little adventure party. It's going to literally be like D&D, just like speed ran. But I think we'll do that Sunday, right? I think so. I think we'll do that. Tomorrow we're still going to go back to Final Fantasy Saturdays. I appreciate it. That's kind of why I wanted to do this, because I wanted to get into more of like a storyteller type feel. And I'm going to be doing more of these. I kind of fell into a rabbit hole, and I really, really like this solo role-playing thing. It's tabletop, but you don't need to wait on a group of people, right? You can just play it. There's ways that you can do D&D solo. There's a space one that I have that I want to try. That one's more actual tabletop. That's going to be a lot more narrative heavy, but there's still combat and stuff, of course. There's a Jiangjia one, which is like the Chinese cultivator, like mysticism thing that I really want to do. That one's going to be fun. I already have like a storyline set up for a character, which is kind of dumb. We could try Ronin, which is essentially kind of like this, except you're in feudal era Japan and you're a samurai. But yeah, I mean, I think this will be something. What do you think? Like maybe once a week? Maybe Fridays we could do RPG Fridays? That'd be a lot of fun. I'm having a blast personally. But yeah, let me know what you think. Yeah, that way it's a nice end to our week, right? But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.